All right, so we're here to descriptions, actually writing descriptions. There's a couple key terms that I feel like you need to know. The first one is NIB, stands for new in box. Things like an appliance or shoes, if they come with the box, or you're selling your own personal shoes, NIB stands for new in box. NWT stands for new with tags. NWOT stands for new without tags. Those are just three terms that you'll see fairly regularly because nobody wants to write those things out. And so just the quick abbreviations, everybody generally knows what those mean. We're gonna take it one thing at a time. When writing a description for shoes, first of all, you need a good title. So in my titles, I always write new with tags or new without tags. If it's a pair of used shoes, then I just don't write anything there. And then I write the brand. If I can find the style, I will. And I would definitely recommend with shoes, taking just a minute or two to look up the style. Because if you know style names, that's really good. Because there's a lot of people, especially little old ladies, that buy expensive shoes. They know their style. Brands like Monroe and Clark's and Sass, they all have a style name that is pretty easy to find out. Danceco's, you can pretty much find out Danceco style names. I highly recommend just taking a moment to do that, because those little old ladies that know their exact shoe and their exact shoe size, or people with orthopedic issues, those shoes all have a brand, and the people that need those shoes, they know the styles that they like. And so they go out searching, I want this particular style. So taking the extra moment to do that is just going to increase your chances of getting a sale. So you're gonna have the brand, the style, if you know it, the color, and then what category is it? Is it, T-strap heels? Is it sports shoes? Is it running shoes? Is it slide-on wool slippers with a cork footbed? Write that in there. I'm wearing a pair of slippers with a cork footbed. Just write a brief description, but use as many keywords as possible. Just a quick review. We have new in box, if that's applicable, or new with tags. You have your brand, style, if you can find it, color, brief description, and then size. That's what I do for all of my titles. In my description, I want to copy and paste the title down in the description, and then I'm going to write condition, and condition is going to be either new in box, new with tags, new without tags, or I also use excellent to use condition sometimes. I don't really like using that term, but I have used that in the past and it's been fine. And then you're gonna go to features. What's great about those shoes? Do they have patent leather? Are they suede? Are they just regular normal leather? Are there two tones? They're reflective parts if they're running shoes or something. Do they have extra padding cushions? Are they lace up, zip up, or Velcro? And you cannot say the word Velcro. You can't. You cannot say the word Velcro on eBay. Your listing will get pulled and you'll get a strike on your account. Do not say the word Velcro on eBay. Shy away. So just write, different features about it. And you're more than welcome to look at my eBay and Poshmark closets. You'll be able to see how I write my descriptions and just copy and paste that format. Trust me, you're gonna wanna do that. It's quick, it's easy, and then you won't even think about it. And then I always do a honesty alert. So if there is a flaw somewhere, if there's a slight dent or a little scratch in the corner or whatever it may be, I make sure I take a really good photograph of it, like an up close photograph of it, not far away. If there's something wrong, you want to note it. Then you want written evidence of it. So that way your butt is covered. So whenever somebody buys that pair of shoes and they get them and they're like, oh, there's a scratch on the back heel, and they go to complain, it's not what they bought. you'll be able to have your butt covered and say, actually, it is. I took a picture of it and I wrote it in the description. You always want to make sure to disclose anything. If there's a slight discoloration or you couldn't get a certain part clean, just say, you know, some gentle wear, clearly photographed, small rip in suede on back inside left shoe, and be specific of where it's located. By taking excellent photographs and writing really good descriptions, that will eliminate a lot of headache for you. There always are going to be people that just aren't happy with anything, no matter what they get. So that's how I write a shoe listing. So going on to clothing. Clothing, I do not take the time to find out style name. Nobody cares. You can put the style number that's on the tag if you want to. Some people do, I don't, but you can if you want to. That's an option up to you. But my descriptions usually go the brand, color, and then, you know, what it is. Is it a tunic? Is it a t-shirt? Is it a button-up shirt? Is it a suit coat? Is it a fitted suit coat? Is it a flared skirt? Is it skinny jeans? Is it flare jeans? Whatever it may be, I put that in the description. So like for my shirt that I'm wearing right now, I would write Van Heusen, navy blue with pink floral chiffon shirt, because putting in the material is also a good idea in the description as well. Multi-layer chiffon shirt with flounce sleeves, size, whatever. That's how I would write a description. And again, just go through and just copy what I do on my listings. You're more than welcome to. If it's jeans, then it's gonna be, you know, American Eagle, low rise, skinny jeans, blah, 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 whatever, and then the size. Whatever it may be, that's what you're going to want to do. Use as much description as possible because it does help. I'll try to find and post different styles, so that way you're like, well, what style is that? I don't know what style that is. I'll try to find one for shirts, dresses, skirts, and shoes. So titles are going to be your brand, color, style, features, and size. And then down in the description, again, I copy and paste the title from the top to the first line of the description. I think it does help with the algorithm searches that are done. And then again, I write condition. So it's, you know, excellent used condition, or gently worn, or looks practically new, no stains, no damage. If there is a stain and damage, then I just say gently used condition or slightly used. And then I'll write feature. And then I do an honesty alert again. So if there are any holes, flaws, pulled thread, sometimes with chiffon, like you'll see some pulled threads. And if there's just a couple, everybody expects that it's gonna happen. You know, make sure to note that, like a couple pulled threads on the back left side or something like that. And make sure you take, again, a really good photo, close-up photograph of it. And then the reference number. So I do reference number and then a 6-digit number, and I got it for 79 cents. My number would be like 0791766 or whatever. My fingers just type. Numbers don't matter at all, but nobody else knows that. So, and then you're gonna have your bin number that it's in. That will really, really help you. Before the reference number, you're gonna want to write the measurements. So all those measurements that you wrote down on your notebook, you're gonna want to write down there and be very specific. So that's why I had you measure those things at the time and then write it down. Then if you're doing anything else, like appliances or crafts or yarn or whatever you're doing, just follow the same process. New without tags, new never used, you know, gently used, no signs of wear, whatever it may be, works properly, because if you buy appliances, you want to make sure that it works. Just follow the same format of just a title, the brand, what it is. If there is something specific about it, you know, write that in there, and then size if applicable, and then the description, condition, features, measurements, except for with shoes, but measurements, and then your reference number that's going to have how much you paid for it and then what bin it is in. And people just think, oh wow, this person's really organized. And it's true, because you want to be organized. Hunting for something sucks. I had over 1,000 listings, and occasionally something would be put in the wrong spot. Mostly because I have small children that are like, ooh, what's this? They would pull stuff out and I'm like, put that back. And then they would put it back somewhere else. So whenever it would sell and I would go to find it, I'm like, where are those pants? And I would have to go through all of my bins, and I hated it. It caused me so much stress. And sometimes I couldn't find it, and I had to email the person and say, I'm so sorry, I have misplaced this item. If it pops up, I will let you know. I'll sell it to you for a discount. I apologize, and just fall on your sword, because you'll always want to fall on your sword unless there was something just like grotesquely out of line that somebody tries to pull on you. Otherwise, if you make a mistake, just fess up to it, apologize, just fall hard. I mean, I've fallen hard on my sword a couple times, like, oof, because I made a mistake. Like, I had something posted on both sites and it sold on one and I didn't pull it from the other, and then it sold, and I'm like, I am so sorry. I listed this on 2 platforms. It sold on the other one. I don't have it. Is there something else I can offer you in my closet for a discount? Here's 50% off anything you want, or whatever, you know. If you make a mistake, you're going to want to bend over backwards to make sure those people are happy, because they will leave a negative comment if they do not feel as though they were properly treated. Anyway, so that's what I have to do about descriptions. I'll do a separate video for the extra stuff that you see in eBay and Poshmark, because they look a little different of the information that they require. eBay's gonna have you fill out material, like what material is it? Is it short capris or pants? Is it for workwear or casual or sportswear? You know, they have just like a ton of categories, and I'll show you what that looks like, because I do think it's important to not be caught off guard whenever you go to write an eBay listing and you're like, oh, surprise, there's all that stuff. So I'll do that on a separate video, so that way you don't have to watch things that aren't applicable to you. And, you know, once you decide, oh, I think I'm gonna sell on eBay, or I'm just gonna sell on Poshmark, then you'll be able to go to that specific video to see that specific information. Poshmark's listings are a lot more simple. That's to cover there. But eBay, they can get pretty elaborate, and you don't have to fill out everything, but it will be helpful to fill out as much as you can. That'll help your listing to become more searchable and recognizable. I think that's all I have to say about writing descriptions for here. We'll go ahead and move to the next step, which is storing inventory.